I'm your host Salim bin Muhammad Rafi, and here is my YouTube channel Zamir Universal. Today I'm going to tell you the tale of three devils. The one who started the state of Israel and found and suggested a place where, right in the heart of the present state of Palestine, which has been now renamed as the Zionist illegitimate state of Israel, and you can see the words 99% troubles, starvation, killing of babies, women, murder, genocide, ethnic cleansing are all concentrated. You will find all of these in here. The human cries you will find there. Babies crying you will find there. Their eyes coming out, bulging out, shot in the head, 2 years old. Patients with cast shot, the doctors, nurses, the people who cook and put their voluntary services, the hundreds of journalists shot down, the hundred of, I think the maximum number of the United Nations workers who come and help, they've been shot down. You have never seen such a massacre, such a cruelty, such a criminal act anywhere in the world, and the people who are responsible are the Harry Truman, the first person who found this place and chose and suggested this, and obviously he got help of the Zionist, the guy who had the first Zionist conference, and then the ideology of that, which is a criminal, cruel and racist ideology. And they're not Jews, but many Jews hate Zionism, but there you are. They have dominated, and it's always a devil who dominates. And then you will also find the other devil, which is mentally retarded, which person is suffering from he is a schizophrenic, and he's megalomaniac, he's a paranoid person, and you can look at his face, and in all three of them you can see, and you find no happiness, no human features on three of them. I hate to see which animal they look like, because I think that will be hard for me to qualify and put a classification for these people, but they are the scum of the society on this planet, and what they have done is they got blood of so many innocent people on their hands. The one must be turning in his grave, the other one is about to, maybe another few years, or maybe this year. God only knows how much years he has left for this man. And the third one, I think he will probably will never ever have a normal death. He will probably be just like Hitler, commit suicide. And you can look at his face, and the immediate defeat, he's just got a slap on his face from Iran, I think shows that it's complete failure, and that I think has destroyed. Now he's adamant to attack on the unarmed, innocent civilians in Rafah. And you can from there understand the character of this man, that what kind of a person he is. Why on earth the Israelis tolerate this man who has destroyed the peace of the world and doesn't listen to United States, the main benefactor, who gives him money every year and keep him alive, or Britain, or German, or France? That only God knows why yet. But I personally think this is despicable, disgusting, and disgraceful to have these three people. And in the history, they will just be getting in the worst pages of history, worse than the Adolf Hitler and Pharaoh and Nimrod.
كنت رايحة، كنا ماشيين رايحين مع غزة، اللي هم اليهود وقف في النص وقعد على الناظر، قاعد بدنا ننزلوه اجى بقلبه، إذا بتعرفوا تجيبوها جيبوها.
عمك عنده حاجة؟
بس أنا بلشت تموت جيبوها، لابسة برنس لابسة الله.
الأسير سفيان أبو صلاح من شرق مدينة خان يونس تم بتر قدمه داخل سجون الاحتلال، وتم الإفراج عنه صباح هذا اليوم. الحمد لله على سلامتك يا سفيان.
الله يسلمك.
تم بتر قدمك داخل الأسر؟
داخل صحيح داخل الأسر. أنا التهبت رجلي جوا هناك وما رضوش يودونا على المستشفى. بعد 7 أيام انتشر الالتهابات فيها بشكل سريع زي غرغرينا. أخذونا على المستشفى، بعدها عملوا عملية
ما كنت تعاني من شيء من قبل؟
ولا اي شيء، ولا سكر ولا ضغط ولا اي حاجه، الحمد لله رب العالمين. قاعد على رجلي ورجعت زي هيك.
رحت بقدمين ورجعت بقدم، الحمد لله على سلامتك.
الله يسلمك.
למדינת ישראל תעשה כל מה שצריך כדי להגן על עצמה. הממשלה תאשר היום את תוכנית תקומה לשיקום יישובי עוטף עזה. אנחנו נשקיע סכום גדול מאוד של 19 מיליארד שקלים כדי להזניק את יישובי עוטף עזה לדורות.
Now, what did the Jews do? When you ask what have the Germans done to the Jews, you must always ask what have done the Jews to the Germans. Since 1850, when the Jews got all the political rights in Germany, in the German Reich, they have done three things which are really dramatic. Number one, they were a small minority of 2% of the population. At the time when Hitler came to power, 500,000 within 60 million German people. 500,000 among 60 million. They were a small minority. This small minority managed to control about 50% of the media, to give about 70% of all judges, to have a tremendous influence in movie and in theater and in literature. They were overrepresented. This is one thing. They were absolutely overrepresented, as today in England, in France, and in the United States. Second, Jews were at the origin of a lot of catastrophic financial bank crashes in Germany between 1870 and 1920. In that time, they made a lot of crashes which have, this is all documented. I mean, it's not Nazi propaganda or anti-Semitic or Arab propaganda. It's a lot of books have been published, even by Jewish Germans, about this problem. They have millions of German fathers have lost their incomes, their fortune, their savings because of these Jewish gangsters, bank gangsters and speculations people. Then the third point, which was psychologically the most dangerous of all, they have introduced into German art and culture and theater and movie decadence, immorality. The first homosexual theaters, plays, were made in Berlin in the 1920s. The first adultery theater plays were made in the 1880s and 1890s, 100 years ago, by Jewish authors. Adultery, then sexual perversions of all sorts, sadism, masochism, a lot of homosexuality, all these things, and then decadent art, you know, an art which is absolutely ridiculous, so-called modern art. It was all pushed by Jewish intellectuals, and this created among the German people a big revolt. And they wrote books ridiculing Christianity, ridiculing Jesus. I mean, it was something like Salman Rushdie with the Muslims. And they were furious.
Dear citizens of America, here's some stuff that you really need to know. First of all, Jews make up less than 2% of the population of your country, but they hold every senior level cabinet position in the Biden administration except Secretary of Defense. I mean, just look at this list. And you have to ask yourself, are these people after your best interests? Are they going to do what's best for America, or are they going to do what's best for Israel? You see, the whole world knows the reality that Israel treats America like a farm. They treat you guys like cattle, like farm animals. Every single hardworking American works every day and pays their taxes. Those taxes are supposed to go to improving America and making the country better for you and your children. But instead, that money is sent overseas to Israel. America gives more aid to Israel than any other country. In 1999, the US government signed an MOU saying that they were going to pay a minimum of $2.67 billion annually for Israel for the next 10 years. That number was increased in 2009 and increased again in 2019, and now as a minimum, Israel gets $3.8 billion from the US every single year. That's $3.8 billion a year of your money, your tax money, that should be providing you with health care, should be providing you with a college education, but is not doing any of those things. Now, in addition to financial and military aid, the US also provides a lot of political support to Israel, as we've all seen. It used its veto power 42 times against resolutions condemning Israel. Now, the veto power was used a total of 83 times. 42 of those were used to protect Israel. That's more than half. So if I was an American, I would be asking myself, why am I living on this farm? Why am I allowing myself to work and sweat for my entire lifetime, as well as everyone I know and love, as well as all my children, just to send all of this money and support away to Israel?
ומדינת ישראל תעשה כל מה שצריך כדי להגן על עצמה. הממשלה תאשר היום את תוכנית תקומה לשיקום יישובי עוטף עזה. אנחנו נשקיע סכום גדול מאוד של 19 מיליארד שקלים כדי להזניק את יישובי עוטף עזה לדורות. אנחנו נשקיע בדיור, בתשתיות, בחינוך, בתעסוקה, ברפואה ועוד. מחבלי החמאס ביקשו לעקור אותנו, אנחנו נעקור אותם ונעמיק שורש. נבנה את ארץ ישראל, נשמור על המדינה שלנו. תודה רבה לכם.
When those who are occupied refuse to submit, when they continue to resist, we drop all pretense of our civilizing mission and unleash, as in Gaza, an orgy of slaughter and destruction. We become drunk on violence. We kill with reckless ferocity. We become the beasts we accuse the oppressed of being. We expose the lie of our vaunted moral superiority. We expose the fundamental truth about Western civilization. We are the most ruthless and efficient killers on the planet. This alone is why we dominate the wretched of the earth. It has nothing to do with democracy or freedom or liberty. These are rights we never intend to grant to the oppressed. Honor, justice, compassion, and freedom are ideas that have no converts, Joseph Conrad reminds us. There are only people without knowing, understanding, or feelings who intoxicate themselves with words, repeat words, shout them out, imagining they believe them, without believing in anything else but profit, personal advantage, and their own satisfaction.
ומדינת ישראל תעשה כל מה שצריך כדי להגן על עצמה. הממשלה תאשר היום את תוכנית תקומה לשיקום יישובי עוטף עזה. אנחנו נשקיע סכום גדול מאוד של 19 מיליארד שקלים כדי להזניק את יישובי עוטף עזה לדורות.
I have never been so ashamed of Israel as I am at this moment. To me it seems as if Hitler has won. He's changed us, Jews, from being compassionate and caring and do unto others as you would have them do unto you, into this vicious, genocidal, nationalist nation, pursuing and killing women and children.
Yıllardır Hamas'la yaptığımız siyasi görüşmelerde kendilerinin 1967 sınırları içerisinde kurulacak olan bir Filistin devletini kabul ettiklerini ve Filistin devletinin kurulmasını mütakip Hamas'ın ayrıca silahlı kanadının olmasına gerek kalmayacağını, kendilerinin bir siyasi parti olarak hayatlarına devam edeceklerini bana ilettiler.
यूनिवर्सल टेलीविजन को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें, उसके बाद बेल बटन पे क्लिक करें और अपने कमेंट्स के सेक्शन में अपने कीमती जो ख्यालात का इजहार ज़रूर